Hi everybody. Hello dear children. Shall we start the first lesson of science? Living world. Are you ready? Yes. Living world is the colorful world or our surroundings in which we live. It includes variety of plants and animals. Before going to discuss about this, let me explain one more concept, that is environment. Environment means the things around us, including air, water, soil, rivers, hills, forests, buildings, living beings like plants and animals, birds, insects, etc., together called environment. There are two types of things in this environment or this world, that is living things, first one. So it includes mainly plants and animals, means all kinds of plants and all kinds of animals in the sense all mammals, birds, insects, all living beings including microorganisms. Second type of things, that is non living things. It includes buildings, stones, books, soil, water, vehicles, everything, air, water, soil, everything. Children, how to recognize or classify these two types of things? So living things exhibiting some special characteristics, by using that we can identify which are living things, which are non living things. Which are those characteristics? Let me explain one by one. Characteristics of living beings. First one, living beings are made up of cells. As we know that each and everything in this world is made up of very small particles. You might have seen construction of walls. Many bricks or hollow blocks are kept one on the other to make a single wall. So we can say a wall or a building is made up of so many bricks. Similarly, body parts of living beings are also made up of very small particles or units called living cells. As we know, plants are also living beings. They are also made up of that small particles called plant cells, and animals including humans made up of animal cells. Cells are so small that we can't see them by our naked eye. Only through microscope it can be seen. The structures of plant cell and animal cell are different, which you will learn in your higher classes. In this figure, first one is plant cell, second one is animal cell. Second one, living beings respire. Do you know what is respiration? I hope you learnt in previous classes. Can we live without breathing? No. Living beings take in air, use oxygen for different activities in our body, and give out carbon dioxide. It is called respiration. All plants and animals have their own respiratory organs. For example, man. We have lungs in our body which takes oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. In this image you are seeing the human lungs. Fishes have special organs called gills for respiration. Some animals like frogs, earthworm respire through skin. Frogs have other special organ called buccal cavity to respire. Children, usually plants respire through the small openings which present on the lower surface of the leaves called stomata. Next characteristic is living beings eat food. Children, do you know why we eat food? Every day you eat food now? If you do not eat, what happens? How do you feel? You feel hungry, no? That means your body needs energy. We need energy to do each and every activity like walking, hand movements, lifting the things, etc. From where this energy come? That is by the food we eat. As we know, food contain nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, etc., which gives energy by chemical reactions with oxygen which we take during respiration. But how plants are eating food? From where they get the food? They prepare their food themselves. So plants are called autotrophs. In green plants, there is a green color pigment called chlorophyll. Plants absorb solar energy, carbon dioxide from atmosphere and water minerals from the soil. Using chlorophyll, they prepare food in leaves. So leaves are called kitchen of plants. This process of preparing food by the plants is called photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, glucose is produced as food and oxygen is released. As plants release oxygen during photosynthesis, we get fresh air in atmosphere if more and more plants are grown. Children, in this figure you can see left one is the schematic diagram of photosynthesis. Sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll together react and glucose is produced as food and oxygen is released. In the right side figure also you can see the same how plants take sunlight, carbon dioxide and water minerals and preparing food. Some plants do not prepare their food. Only green plants can prepare as they have chlorophyll. You know children, some plants like Drosera, Nepenthes, Auricularia depend on insects for their food. Such plants are called insectivorous plants. These plants have sticky surface. As insects sit on them, they swallow them as their food. In higher classes you will learn about this. As I already told, green plants are autotrophs. Animals, insectivorous plants are heterotrophs because they do not prepare their own food, depend on plants and other animals for their food. In the figure you can see children, Drosera and Nepenthes plants which are the insectivorous plants. Classification of animals depending on the food they eat. There are three main types of animals. You have learnt this in 4th standard also. Once again let me explain. First one is herbivore or herbivorous animals. They eat only plants and plant products. Example cow, sheep, goat, buffalo, etc. Second one carnivores or carnivorous animals. They eat other animals as their food. Example wild animals like lion, tiger, fox, etc. Third one is omnivores or omnivorous animals. They eat both plant products and animal products. For example, dog, cat, humans, etc. Children, you can see in this figure these three types of animals. Middle one omnivorous which eat both plants and animals. Left one herbivores only plant eating animals and right side carnivorous only eating animals. Fourth characteristics of living beings is living beings grow. Students, when you are in first standard, what was your height and weight? Is it same as now? No. Now it is more compared to that. That is growth. Increase in size and height of a living being is known as growth. All plants and animals show this characteristic. See in this figure you can see growth in humans, growth in a cat or dog and even in plants, different stages of growth. Fifth characteristic, living beings move. As you know, all animals are moving from one place to another and also can move body parts. Can we see any non-living things moving itself? No, only living things can move. Do you say plants also move from one place to another? No. Even though plants are living beings, they cannot move from one place to another. But roots of the plants move in the direction of water in the soil. Branches of a tree are moving within the limit. Sunflower plant can move in the direction of sunlight. Animals have special organs for their movement. For example, man, have legs and walking. Birds have wings, they can fly or flying. Kangaroo have legs, using legs it can hop or it's called hopping, and hind legs it can crawling. Fishes have caudal fins or back fins for moving. That movement is called swimming. Children, in this figure you can see the movements of different animals including man. Next characteristics, living beings excrete. What do you mean by excrete or excretion? The process of throwing out of unwanted things from the body of a living organism is known as excretion. Animals excrete unwanted things like carbon dioxide, sweat, feces, and urine. Excretion of plants as follows. Plants gives out carbon dioxide during respiration. Dry leaves, stem, rotting parts of the plants separate from the plants. Excess water through leaves will go, that is transpiration. Next characteristics, living beings reproduce. Do you know what is reproduction or reproduce? The process of an organism giving birth to its young ones is called reproduction. Young ones resembles its mother. Animal reproduction in two methods. One is laying eggs. You can see in the figure, hen is laying eggs. And most of other birds, snakes all lay eggs for their reproduction. Second method is giving birth to their young one. All the mammals including cow, buffalo, human being all are giving birth to their young ones. Plants reproduce in two methods again. One is by seeds, seed germination. You can see the first figure, seed germination. How seed germinate, then slowly it grow as a plants in different stages. You can see the growth stages also in this figure. Second method is by stem buds. Right side figure you can see, if stem bud is cut and plant again, that will grow as a new plant. Next characteristics, that is living beings respond to stimulus. Living beings respond to the changes in their surrounding environment. Usually they respond to touch, heat, cold, sound and smell. Especially human beings and some other animals, they have special organs for this called sense organs. You can see in this figure, first figure, here touch me not plant. If we touch its leaves, it folds. Second figure, taking hands back when suddenly touched a hot objects. In your life situations, you might have faced a few more situations like this. For example, if a bright light fall on your eyes, we suddenly close our eyes. Sometimes we close your ears if we hear a loud voice suddenly. Last characteristic, that is living beings have lifespan. The period between birth and death of an organism is called lifespan. Few examples are given here. These are the average lifespan of some animals. Turtle 150 years, elephant 70 years, cow 20 years, eagle 20 years, man 70 to 80 years. Depending on their lifespan, plants are classified as follows. First one, annuals. Plants which bear flower, produce fruits and die in a year or a season are called annuals. Example, jowar, maize, wheat, paddy, pumpkin, vegetables, etc. Plants which live up to 2 years or 2 seasons and produce flower, fruit and seeds and die. These are called biennials. Example, carrot, ginger, beetroot, cabbage, sugarcane, etc. Plants which live for many years and keep on producing flowers, fruits and seeds. Such plants are called perennials. Example, mango tree, neem tree, lemon tree, jackfruit, coconut, areca nut, etc. Children, plants can be classified in another way according to their seed structure. There are two main types in this. First one, monocotyledons. Mono means single or one. So monocotyledons means they have only one cotyledon or seed leaf. In the figure you can see single seed leaf. Example, jowar, ragi, wheat, paddy, most of the cereals are monocotyledons. Second one, dicotyledons. They have two cotyledons or seed leaves. For example, groundnut, green gram, red gram, horse gram, etc. In this figure you can see right side dicotyledonous seeds. You can see two seed leaves. separate. You might have seen the groundnut while eating. It can be opened and make as a two parts. That is dicotyledonous seeds. Children, finally I conclude my lesson about living world by recalling all 9 characteristics of living beings. Living beings are made up of cells. Living beings respire. Living beings eat food. Living beings grow. Living beings move. Living beings excrete. Living beings reproduce. Living beings respond to stimulus. Living beings have lifespan. These are the special characteristics of living beings which non living things do not exhibit. Thank you for watching.